And we are laughing. Okay, there we go. All right, excellent. Okay, so tonight is restorative, and I've made it so that it'll be very simple for you to do. And you can just use normal towels and blankets. But let's just bring our awareness into the present moment and into our body. So start by just sitting any way that's comfortable. If you don't feel like sitting, please feel free to lie down if that is what you're needing right now. And we'll just begin with our hands at our heart. Close your eyes. Take a minute to sense and feel the physical body. Start with the soles of your feet, your ankles, your lower legs. Sense and feel your knees, your upper legs. Connect your sit bones with your support. Feel the pelvis, hips. Draw your awareness to the belly. Draw your awareness to the rib cage. Draw your awareness to your chest, sternum, collarbones, shoulders, upper arm, elbows, lower arms, wrist, and hands. Hands are at your heart. Draw your chin in and feel the softness of the neck, the length of the neck. Let your face relax. With your eyes closed, think about dropping the eyeballs back a little bit into the skull, and almost as if you're trying to look down towards your heart. The eyes closed. Let your forehead soften. Your jaw relax. Let your face relax. And then bring your awareness to the breath. Just observe your breathing at this particular time, your inhalation and exhalation. How does it feel? What parts of your body are moving with the breath, the pace of the breath, kind of like a baseline for later on. Restorative, that we tend to try to get the breath to go deeper. But right now, it is what it is. Just focus on it. Now take your hands and bring them to the outside of your ears. Pause there. And then draw the energy forward to the front of your face. And take all those thoughts and things going on in your mind and draw them down. Heart knows how to deal with all of this. Take your hands to the outside of your hips. Again, about 3 or 4 inches away. Sense and feel, or just imagine the swirling energy at the pelvis. It's our first and second chakra. What's going on there, especially nowadays when we're feeling a little unhinged or unstable during this time. That's how I'm feeling anyway. And then draw the energy forward to the front of the body, towards the belly button, and draw that energy up towards the heart. Take your fingertips to the top of your head, fingertips pointing down, and draw a big circle or cocoon around yourself. And know that through this whole class tonight, you're in your own protective bubble of energy and feeling light. Rest in that bubble. You're totally safe. Tuning into this connection now that we've made between our mind, our heart, and our body. Allow your hands to relax. Just take a minute again to sense and feel what's going on today. Just bringing your awareness to your breath and your body. You have changed how you already feel. I just want to start today by reading a little poem called A State of Mind by Neil Tennant. Getting high is a state of mind, and this altered sense of reality can be achieved without chemicals. Life's full of natural highs, free for the taking. Running injects a runner's high, a euphoric feel-good burst of energy. And a belly laugh, like shooting up, it instantly lifts your spirit and leaves you feeling giddy. Meditation brings you down safely, helping you find your balance, while taking you on an inner voyage of self-discovery. Music touches your soul and your heart, unlike anything else can. And yet, fueled by adrenaline, dance takes you to another level. Sniffing intoxicants such as lilac and lavender give your mind a sense of well-being. So if you want to feel high, give it a try. So feel that way sort of about restorative yoga. It's like meditation. It's that calming sense, but yet feels so good afterwards. Okay. So we're going to start today with our blanket, and we're going to fold the blanket or your towel, whatever you have, in a long. So I have my towel here. This is actually my son's towel, and all I'm going to do is take my big bath towel. I'm going to fold it lengthwise once. So I'm going to use my towel, and then again. So it's going to be like this. And mine's long enough that I can take it now and fold it in half. Could have done that at the beginning. And then I have this sort of long, narrow blanket. If you're using one of the yoga blankets, just you can open it up on the long side this way and fold. Okay, so I now have a long blanket. Okay, and just have one pillow, smaller pillow, or one pillow for your head. You're going to sit with your buttocks on the fold of the blanket. You're going to keep your knees bent, and you're going to come down to lying down. And you can just have this comfortable head support. Make sure always that you push your shoulders into the floor and draw your shoulder blades in. Take your feet wider than your hips, but let your knees fall into the center. And you stay there. I'm going to come up. If there's anybody who has any concerns or what they're doing, please just let me know. Let's move my pillows aside. I'll just walk you through this very first being. Many weeks ago, we did a class where I asked you to keep repeating the mantra, I embody my body. And that's what I want to start with today, is that mantra. So just as you're lying and just sensing and feeling, we're only going to do this for about 2 minutes. Just keep saying to yourself, I embody my body. In my body. That feels more comfortable for you. I embody. And then, as you're saying that, just really be aware of the connection of your body on your yoga mat or on the floor. And the blanket is just supporting your spine. So you're feeling and sensing the connection of your body and the earth beneath. Even though we might be on a carpet or floor, hardwood, whatever, it doesn't matter. Underneath there somewhere, there's energy. And maybe even, especially if you're on hardwood, there's probably a lot of energy in the wood. So we're trying to absorb the energy and allow ourselves to let go and melt into our support. I embody my body. I embody. Embody my body. And then roll over onto your side. Slowly come up to sitting. And then I will show you the setup for the next pose. Give you a second there. Okay, so I'm going to take my long blanket here. Put that aside. I'm going to take a big pillow. So here's my king-size pillow from my bed. I'm going to place that on my yoga mat. I'm going to take this long blanket. I'm going to put it on top of there and let the tail come out. Okay. And then I'm going to stick another blanket, another pillow on top. And then my short pillow. Okay. So if you have a bolster, I'll just show you what that would look like. I'm going to take all this. I'm going to keep that. I might actually keep that lower one there. And then I would just take my bolster. Oops, where's the bolster? And I place this on top of my blanket. And then I'm going to take that. So we're doing Supta Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet are going to be together. So I'm going to sit on my blanket, but I'm going to have my back to my pillows or my bolster so that sacrum is nudged right against, but I'm not sitting on top of any of my pillows. I just have this blanket here. If you see, it's in between my legs. Then I'm going to take the soles of my feet together. Then I'm going to let this blanket come over my feet. I can even open it up a little bit and tuck. And then as I come down, I'm going to roll down and rest my head, and my arms are going to come out to the side. Now, again, if you have tight hips, you feel free to support yourself with even more blankets underneath the hips or your blocks. You can take your block. So I'm going to just take a blanket under this hip, and I'm going to take a blanket under this hip. I'm going to, again, always get long before you come down. And we want to have the chin, the forehead higher than the chin, and arms come out to the side. So again, if you have 5 blankets or 6 blankets, you can use them all here. What I want is just the chest to feel open, the belly to feel relaxed. You can tuck your tailbone towards your heels, feel any strain in the lower back, and then we're just going to. I don't know if I can see you. If I can see you, I can flip through here, see if anybody needs help. But no, I can't see any of you, so no worries. Most of you've done this pose before, so you know that it's pretty easy to just find some comfort in Baddha Konasana. If anybody has any concerns, please unmute yourself and go on in. So as we're in this pose, you're just going to let go We will spend some time in silence, but before we do that, we're just going to practice a few mantras as well. So I hope you're all set by now. Forehead higher than the chin. Belly relaxed, chest open. Support yourself with as much bellies as much blankets that you need to be careful to be comfortable. And if you need if you have a blanket you put out as an eye pillow, or you have your own eye pillow, I highly recommend those eye masks at night. They're very good. Set yourself up. Okay. And then again, we want to sink into your support. We want to make this connection to the floor or the bolsters or the blankets beneath us. So, before we go too far, just feel how your back is sitting. If you're crooked in any way, in other words, if the tip of your nose, middle of your chin, the middle of your breastbone, middle of your belly button, your hip bone aren't all lined up in a row, you can look up and sort of see that happening. Straighten yourself out. And then feel yourself falling like a waterfall over all your supports. Just surrender and let go. In restorative, there's no effort. It doesn't mean that there isn't an opening in the body, but there's no effort in the pose. And then we'll start by repeating to ourselves, I am present, I am here, I am breath. Present, I am here. Present, I am here. Present, I am here, I am breath. Present, shift that mantra to I am strong, I am healthy, whole. Strong, healthy, strong, 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 strong,
Susanne, there's something wrong. The audio keeps cutting in and out periodically, just to let you know.
Okay, I'm going to just remove my mic and see if that helps. Can you hear me, Pam?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great.
It was just, you'd say strong, and then the next bit would bleep out, and then the next would come strong, and then the next would bleep out.
Okay, I'm going to just try it without my microphone here and see if it just is more consistent.
Well, you're that close, it's nice and strong now, but I don't know if it's because you're far away. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry to interrupt everybody, just to let you know.
Okay, thank you. No, I appreciate it. I can also sit closer. All right, we're going to come into our next pose. And so if you will just use your hands to bring the outside of your legs together, and then extend your legs out, and then roll over onto your right side, and slowly come up to sitting. Okay, so next we're going to go into child's pose. If you have foot issues, the tops of your feet are very tight, take a blanket or a towel, roll it up, put it underneath the ankles. You can literally use your same support here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to sit in Adho Mukha Vrasana, bring my support closer to me, take my top pillow away, and of course if you want to protect your bolster, always put something over it, just, you know, if you have, probably like me, you haven't been wearing a lot of makeup, but okay, and then if you need something underneath your ankles, and you have this blanket to go underneath the ankles, you just pop it underneath so that there's not as much strain on the top of the foot. And then you're going to again get tall, and you're going to lean over the bolsters and the pillows that you had, and turn your head to one side if you can. If you cannot turn your head from side to side because you have neck issues, please use, again, a little face cloth, another little blanket, and place your forehead on it like this, and then your nose will be going down towards the floor, okay? So that is what will happen in this pose. Now, for those of you whose knees are hurting you, and this just doesn't seem like a possibility, your best option then is to lie down on your back and use either a chair or several pillows to lift your legs up onto, okay? So if you cannot do child's pose is the preferred pose, but if you cannot do it, then you are free to put your legs up on a chair, your couch, whatever you need to do, just lie on the ground and put your legs up here like this. And something soft for your head, always a soft blanket, okay? So either option works. So get focused or get yourself ready. And we won't hang out quite as long in child's pose because even if you don't have sore knees, you know, usually it's not a super comfortable pose for a really long time. You'll lose some sensation in your legs after a while. So remember as well that our buttocks is touching our heels or as close as possible. If you're in child's pose and you've got your props and your butt's up a little bit too high, again, take a blanket, fill space in underneath your calves and your knees so you can sit back, okay? So I would assume that you're in one of those two poses, either legs up on a chair or you're in child's pose with your support. I'm going to come up a little closer so that you can hear me as we go. Just want you to bring your awareness first to your belly. Your belly should be supported, so there should be no air in the front body. So your belly should be supported by the bolsters and the blankets. And again, you want to feel your support underneath you, supporting you. You want to feel that connection with the floor, with the ground. You want to let your legs relax, your hips, hip flexors. You want to feel the weight of your pelvis drawing down towards the floor as the top of your head falls down towards the floor on the opposite side. So in child's pose, we have length in the spine. There's flexion. We're not trying to have a straight back here. And then there's the breath. Breathing into the belly, touches your support, and then it draws back away from your support. But soft, smooth, and still. Repeat to yourself the mantra, I am happy, I am worthy, I am capable. I am happy, I am worthy, I am capable. I am happy, I am worthy, I am capable. I am happy, I am worthy, I am capable. Recognize as well what does not feel good. How does your body feel in the pose? What are you sensing and feeling? Is it bringing up any kind of emotion? You recognize areas in your body where you're not letting go, and then breathe into them. Breathe into those areas and let them go. You be soft. And then we will use our hands for support and slowly roll yourself out to sitting. If you've got your legs up on the chair, bring your knees into your chest and roll over onto your side. Beautiful. The next pose is going to be a standing pose. We're going to go into a restorative forward bend. And so you will need either a chair, your couch, or blocks stacked up one on top of the other. And we're going to rest our forehead. So this is our forehead, this part right here. We're not resting the top of the head, the forehead on our chair. So I'll show you with a chair. Again, just use whatever you have. Move me. So, you know, once I show you, you can move to wherever you want to go. We're going to take a stance just about hip width apart. So if I go about this wide, just a little wider than hip width, let's say. And then I'm going to fold over, and you can start with bending your knees. And I want to just find where my forehead comfortably hits the chair, or your blocks, or whatever you have to support yourself. Your bed, maybe if you're in your bedroom, a couch, they all work. They're all about the same height. So here, I need a little bit of height, so I'm just going to put my forehead, and then I'm just going to let my arms drape, and I'm just going to rest here. Now, I just want you to, if you're not watching, please watch, because what we're going to do next is a little bit of a twist in the pose. So we'll hang out there for, 3 to 4 minutes, 2 minutes to 4 minutes, something like this. And then we're going to do a twist. And to do the twist, you are just going to take your left ear to the pillow or to your support. You're going to take your left hand and hold the chair underneath somewhere, or your couch, or whatever you're holding onto the edge of your bed. You're going to bring your right arm up. And the elbow, if you watch me right now, comes up this way. So, and then you see I'm having this tendency to jump my hip out. So I'm just going to bend both knees equally. And I'm going to do this little twist. So we'll do that on the side after we do the forward bend. Now, if you don't have any of these things that I just mentioned, and you're just using a block, what I recommend is that you just stack 2 blocks, one on top of the other, or a big set of books, or anything that you can put this on top of. You can just set that up, and maybe even I'll come down. Yeah, see, that's pretty good. It's almost equivalent to using the chair. The only thing is that when you do the twist, you have to put my blocks go down, you have to put one hand on the floor and one hand on your head, because you won't have the hook of the chair to grab. Okay? So, get set. I'm going to go back to my chair just to show you again. So, feet a little wider than hip width apart, bend my knees, come down with a nice straight back, let my forehead rest on the chair. My arms can just dangle, or I can rest them on the hoops of this leg of my chair. If you can rest them on your bed. Whatever feels good. I'm just letting this. And then, of course, I want to try eventually to straighten my legs. And I'm going to get my legs to be active. I'll be on the 4 corners of the feet. I'll lift my kneecaps up. I'll draw my thighs back. And then I'm just going to hang out here. Please make sure that you're not shortening the neck, that you're not jamming your head in any way. So make sure you have that length in the back of your neck. So we rest. This stills the brain. It creates that calmness that we were looking for earlier. Like I said, we'll hang out here for about 1 minute to 2 minutes. To 2 minutes to 4 minutes. Just focusing on our breath, focusing on what we're feeling, having active legs, pushing the thighs back, lifting the sit bones up, like you would normally do in a forward bend. Actually, I think everybody's been with me before, so you all know my little cues that I like to give. Sensing and feeling, allowing yourself to find a sense of rest in the pose, even though it's a little bit more active. You've been walking a lot, your hamstrings might be calling out to you. So breathe into them and ask them to release. Use the breath to release anything that does not feel good in your body. And then we always want to try to find stillness, because it's in the stillness that we find the calm. Okay, that was about 3 minutes to 4 minutes. Now, all you have to do is lift up your head a little bit, take the left side of your head to the floor, let your left hand drag down. I'm turning to the right, and take my right hand up to the hoop of my chair, bring my elbow up. I'm gonna take my left hip back and rotate through the rib cage. Don't worry if you can't get this arm up there, you can't keep the elbow bent, you can just rest it on the hoop of the chair or the back of your chair. If your chair is too tall, just bring your hand to your hip or place it onto the seat of the chair. So, when we're improvising here a little bit. And then as my hips are jutting over to the right, I want to take them back to the left. So I have equal weight on both feet. So I let all the weight go to the right side, but I want to keep that weight into the left and the right side. Again, the neck should be soft here. No strain in the neck. Excellent. Come on up. Look down at your support. Now you're going to take the right ear to the pillow or to your support or to your chair. The right arm dangles down. The left hand comes to the hip. Or if you can, it can come over onto the hoop of the chair. And the elbow can come up towards the ceiling and the rib cage moves. Now I have a tendency to shift my weight to the right, so I must equalize and put more weight into the left side. Draw my right hip back as I turn to the left. Stay here and breathe. And then when you're ready, come back to the center, look down at your pillow. Isometrically draw your legs away from each other and draw yourself back up to stand. Find your Tadasana and just see how you feel. So we always need to move in restorative. It's nice if we can. This is why I made the class a little bit longer for today. It's nice to have move our spine in every direction that is possible. So that involves that kind of twisting. I forget what else I was going to say. That's something I'm sure equally important. Anyways, when we move our spine. Okay, move our spine. Okay, next pose is, so now we want to do this side lying pose. So again, whatever you have will work. If you're watching me right now, I could take my pillows and fold this big long pillow that I have over. I could put my blanket, my towel on top. I can use a bolster. However, whatever you have, just use it. If you're using a bolster and if you have a bolster at home, just put it in the middle like this. Put your blanket on top if you need extra height. If you're short, sometimes we don't need a lot to get quite a nice big stretch. I'm going to go with 2 blankets, or maybe I can put my pillow on top. Whatever, I'm experimenting. All right, we're going to lie on our side, and we're going to, so I'm lying on my right side, and I'm putting my right rib cage over my pillows. I'm extending my legs, and I'm bringing my left arm up and over. So the stretch is through the side body, and my head is resting on my arms. And if you can't see this, the blanket, an extra blanket is good to rest underneath your head, just in case you feel any kind of neck discomfort. Okay, and then we are going to close our eyes and focus on the breath. So if you get into the pose and there's no stretch, you probably need to use another pillow, go up a little bit higher, use another couple of blankets. If there's too much of a stretch, take something away, use less. Listen to your body is basically the message here. We are looking for that. I spent so much time talking to you about how the rib cage needs to be open in order for us to breathe fully and completely. And this is one of those poses that really help us to do that. Okay, so again, I'm going to hang out for a bit on each side. If extending your legs doesn't work for you, there's also, some of you know a variation of this pose on the chair with a bolster or pillows. You can do that as well. Just make sure that you have your back to the hoop of the chair. So, but this is good. We're hanging out. Now in this one here, it's really important to breathe into the rib cage. Breathe into your ribs. Feel the expansion of the ribs and the release. Deep inhalations and soft, slow exhalations. And then we'll come on out and we'll turn to the other side. So you can just turn the other way, just so that my back's not to you. I'm just going to turn my whole setup around. And then I'm going to go again. So remember, it's the ribs that you want on the support. Your head hangs out over the side. Extend your legs. Other arm comes up and over. Breathe into the rib cage. And this is really informative for a lot of people because the left and the right side can be totally different. So check that out. You feel the stretch all the way through your fingers, through your armpit. Do you feel it down into the leg? Or is it mostly at the rib cage? Are you breathing, expanding the rib cage on your inhalation and releasing on your exhalation? We can always support your head. I'm supporting my head on this side just with my arm, but a blanket often feels nice in there, or a towel. And I can also experiment a little bit and move a little bit further back, and then go back to my starting point. And then slowly, again, roll out of the pose and come up to sitting. So now, I'm going to put our pillows aside, or my bolster aside for a second. We're going to take our blankets, whatever kind of blankets we have, and we're going to fold them into a nice rectangle. So here's folded blanket 1. And then take your second blanket, fold that one the same way, so making it into a nice rectangle. I'd say, you know, it's kind of like 60 inches by 24 inches, I don't know. And I'm going to place that one on top, but a little bit further up, so it's like little stairs here. And then if I have a third blanket, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to put it up. So what's happening is the blankets are gradually like stairs going away from my hips. And then I'll take my small pillow, that's this one here, I'm going to put that on top of my setup just to support my head. So I'll sit in front of the first blanket, and I've got it on the folded side, and again, lie back. Make sure you lengthen before you lie back. And come back and pose very much like the first pose we did, okay? The only difference here is that we're not going into Baddha Konasana, we're just going to extend our legs at the beginning. But then, when I tell you to, you're gonna cross your legs in Sukhasana, okay? So you'll cross at the ankles, and we'll go here again. Now, again, we have this nice opening from our pubic bone to our chest, and we're going to practice some breathing here. It's called Viloma Pranayama, and those of you who've been in class, I've done this before. It's an interrupted inhalation. So you do your inhalation in steps. So you inhale, pause, inhale again, pause, inhale again, maybe all the way up if that's it for you, or maybe a pause and then all the way. And then you take a normal exhalation. So interrupted inhalation, anywhere from 2 to 4 times. You kind of have to judge what feels the most comfortable. There should never be really any strain or big effort in this breath. What you're focusing on is the expansion of the rib cage, and just trying to slowly let the breath into your body, oxygenating all your cells and bringing healing energy. So it's not healing to be stressed or strained. So we just do this really nice and slow and comfortably. And if you inhale, you stop, you inhale and you stop and you're full, then you just exhale. So everybody will go at their own pace. So set your situation up here, blanket stacked, pillow on top so that your forehead is higher than your chin. Extend your legs out. And just sense and feel your body. So I'll tell you when you should cross your legs, and then I'll have you reverse the cross as well halfway through. So lying comfortably. And you know, if all this blanket stuff just feels like too much effort for you, lie flat on the floor with a pillow under your head. It doesn't matter. This helps to open up the chest and the rib cage, and the previous poses also did that, but if it's not for you today, then that's fine. So just bring your awareness as you're lying there, I hope you're ready now, to your right hand. And notice each finger of your hand. Touch your thumb to your index finger, and then touch your thumb to the middle finger, the fourth finger, and the thumb to the pinky finger. And then go back. Fourth finger, third finger, second finger, index finger. And then just relax all your fingers and let your hand relax and let it fall with the palm facing upwards. And bring your awareness to your left hand. Touch the thumb to the index finger. Feel that sensation of touch. Touch your thumb to your third finger, thumb to your fourth finger, thumb to your pinky finger. And then we're going back. Index finger, third finger, baby finger, or pointer finger, and then let your hand relax. Let your palms open. Bring your awareness to the inside of your hands, the sole of your hands. Let the fingers relax. Let the thumb relax. Bringing your awareness deeper into your arms. Feel your arms relax. Bend your elbows and bring your hands up towards your shoulders. And then slowly release the hands back down to the floor. Let the hands be heavy. Let the palms and the fingers relax. Be aware of the connection of the back of your body with the supports and the floor. Make this connection between being supported and being released. Allowing your body to let go of all tension that it's holding and sink into the floor. And now, if you would like to, but you don't have to, cross your legs at the ankles for Sukhasana. It's not a true cross-legged position, it's at the ankles. Make sure that feels comfortable for you. And bring your awareness to your feet. Bring your awareness to the soles of your feet. Bring your awareness to all your toes. Move your toes. Move your big toe, your second toe, your third, your fourth, and your fifth. Individually and together. Move them up and down. And then just relax your feet. Relax your ankles, your knees, your thighs. Let your inner thighs reach down towards the floor. Be aware of your buttocks and your hips resting on your support. Feel that connection, how you're supported by the floor. And your awareness to your back body. Feel how your spine is supported by your pillows and blankets. Back of your neck is supported, your head is supported. Feel the weight of your body as you let go. Uncross your legs and cross them the opposite way. Going back in again to the legs, asking your feet, your ankles, your knees, your hips to all release and relax. Soften any gripping that you're having as a result of crossing your legs. And if that can't happen, then just bring your legs out straight. Just also acknowledge that crossing your legs one way or the other are often different. Feeling the sensation is different in the body, flow of energy. Now, either staying with your legs crossed in this position, just begin a round of the Paloma Pranayama. So you will take an interrupted inhalation. Remember, the focus on the inhale is the expansion of the rib cage. Inhale, pause, inhale, pause, inhale all the way back up, or if you still have a long way to go, pause again and fill up the rest of your lungs all the way up to your nose, throat, up your throat and then to the nose. Fill up your whole breath. Feel the pause at the top of that inhalation and then take a nice, slow, controlled exhalation. Take some natural breaths. Cross your legs the opposite way now if you'd like. And go into round 2, interrupted inhalation. Inhale, pause, inhale, pause, inhale. Feel the pause at the top of the breath. Exhale, natural exhale all the way out. Just take some natural breaths. Focus on the ribs, moving with the breath, expanding on the inhalation, contracting on the exhalation. So you can do 2 more rounds. You can keep you can uncross and cross your legs in between each round. So let's do 1 more round. You want to cross your legs the opposite way, or if you're tired of having your legs crossed, then straighten your legs out. So it's an interrupted inhalation. I'll let you go at your own pace now. Remember, there's no right or wrong in terms of how many pauses you take. Take 2, you can take 3, 4. When you exhale, let the exhale be soft and slow and smooth. Soft, slow, smooth inhalation, soft, slow, smooth exhalation. Take some natural breaths in between if you want to cross your legs the opposite way. And 1 more round. Inhale and pause. I'm going to let you continue at your own speed because everybody's breath is different and everybody's needs are different. And then exhale and release. And then straighten your legs out if they are crossed and sense and feel your body and what it feels like at this time. And then you can put your feet flat on the floor, bring your knees a little up to your chest, or even flat on the floor, your knees up, and then just roll over onto your right side. And we have time for 1 more pose, and then Shavasana. I don't know what your chair situation is like. If you can do a chair shoulder stand, if you can use a couch to do that, You just put your hips on the couch and put your bolster on the floor and slide down. That is an option. Or just legs up the wall, if you can maneuver that. You don't need to have a bolster or blanket under your hips, but you could. You could experiment with how many you want to put up. The more you put up, the more the arch in your back will be supported. And also a third option would be just to put your legs up again on a chair. If you haven't done that already because you're in child's pose. If you've done it already, I would try to get into legs up the wall. So remember, the best way to get up for legs up to the wall is to sit beside your support. And again, if you have a couch or a wing chair or something like that, feel free to use that as an option. But really what we just want is the head below the heart and below the feet. So obviously feet are up, you're gonna come down this way. So set yourself up into legs up the wall, legs on a chair, legs over your sofa, whatever works for you. And we're just gonna hang out here for a few more minutes. And then we'll go into Shavasana. And in our Shavasana, we'll do a pose as well, a Shavasana type pose. So hopefully you're all ready. You've chosen the pose that you want to do. In this pose, legs up the wall, you're just going to be still in the beginning, and then I'm going to walk you through a visualization. And this visualization involves light, imagining a light. I made myself some cheat notes so that I remember. So first allow yourself to be still and allow yourself to sink into your supports. And then imagine that there's a little ball of light just in your forehead. It's a golden light or whatever color light that you prefer. Maybe it's bright white, doesn't really matter. But focus on this light at your forehead. And every time you inhale, feel that the light becomes more intense, and every time you exhale, the light expands into your body. So you're watching the light grow. You're watching it expand into your forehead, into your temples, into the back of your head, into your jaw. You're sending that light or expanding that light into your collarbones, of course down your neck first, then your collarbones into your chest and into your sternum, into your shoulders, into your arms, you're expanding the light into your heart, chest, and then send it all the way down into your torso, into your belly, into your hips. Expand the light into your legs, all the way down to the lower leg and all the way down into the feet. So your body becomes enshrined in this beautiful light. You can also visualize that there's two beings, your personal angels, or two beautiful birds, or magic genie, whatever you want to imagine. And they have a pot of light. It's like an urn, and they're pouring beautiful golden light all over your body, down your body. So you're feeling this external sense of light that is making you feel warm and loved and comforted. You also have your internal light that you turned on. It allows you to have that sense of peace and calmness. Love and light in yoga are the same things. So as you bathe yourself in beautiful light, and as this beautiful light is being poured on you from this place up above, you feel truly an overwhelming sense of brightness, love, affection, calmness, serenity. You surrender all your fears, all your worries to the light, and they just dissipate. You surrender who you are, who you think you are, what you feel you have to do. You surrender the day, all the worries. You just let them flow out of your body into the light. Remember, you are in your own cocoon of light in the very beginning of the class. Only good things can come in. Healing, beautiful things come into your own bubble. But everything that you don't need, everything that you're surrendering and letting go of, is able to be released. All thoughts and feelings that don't serve us are released. The heat of the light, the beauty of the light, the pureness of the light just dissolves everything. Every fear, every tension, every anxiety. Until you are just an endless, beautiful, peaceful, loving being left in your shell, the body. This light can also heal the body, heal any kind of physical ailment that you have. Surrender it to the light. Give it up. The light is traveling into all to your muscles. It's traveling into your bones, your ligaments, your cells, and it's healing, relaxing, releasing. The light is traveling into your internal organs, your heart, as I mentioned earlier, your lungs, liver, your pancreas. And as you're allowing the light to penetrate your body and to be absorbed into your body and heal your body, and visualize your organs as being healthy and strong and working in optimal ways, maybe like they never have before. Imagine your muscles working well, your joints, heart in your lungs, blood circulating through your body. Spine. It's like a conduit for that energy of light that's going all the way from your tailbone, all the way up to the top of your head. Be still. And today this practice is for you, for your own body, for your own soul. But know that at any time you can expand your circle of light out to your friends, the people next to you, if we were sitting in a room, to the people beside us, but also to the world at large, so that healing can take place everywhere in the world. We have that power and ability. It's been researched, it's been proven that you can send healing energy to your friends and family and they will feel it. They will benefit. Know at this moment you are perfect, you are radiant, shining, pure. So, you're going to come out of this pose, whether you're legs up the wall or did a restorative shoulder stand variation. And you're going to bring your knees up to your chest, roll over onto your side. And we're going to lie down now for Shavasana. So other than a simple blanket under your head and a couple pillows, which you're going to put on top of your body, I'm going to set myself up, and all I'm going to do is take my pillows or my blankets and I'm going to put them on top of me, on my thighs, as I lie down for Shavasana. You know, take the back of your head and just make sure you've lengthened the back of your neck. Take the weight of the pillows and the blankets on your legs. Let your legs be soft. Let your arms relax. Excellent. So that will be your Shavasana. But, as always, if you want to adapt, if you want to change it in some way, this is your practice, this is for you, not for anybody else. There's no right or wrong. So just do what feels good for you. So just as you're getting to settle into this pose, I wanted to read you a little bit about the practice of restorative yoga. Ideally, in the physical practice of yoga, our bodies develop a balance of strength and flexibility, yet your minds crave similar equilibrium. Restorative yoga emphasizes mental and emotional strength and flexibility and gives our minds this balance. Through restorative practice, we become strong enough to experience and tolerate a full range of feelings, and then, with flexibility, return to a place of calm. The paradox, although it doesn't so much for us, restorative yoga can appear from the outside as though nothing much were happening. Because students are still and supported by props, it can look passive and even unexciting. On the inside, it's alive, intense, challenging, a powerful internal practice. The hardest part is often to be still. So those are the words of Bo Forbes, PhD. And so often that we see in yoga that it's very difficult for people to be still and do this practice. I have certain students who just can't do restorative because they say their mind is too busy. But this is a cultivated habit, and we have to change that habit so that our mind can slow down, can focus on one thing, so that we can stay in the present moment, we can stay in the now. And the more we practice it, the more it happens. And here in Shavasana, at the very end of this restorative, is the most important time just to be still and sense and feel, and for your teacher to stop talking. When you come out of the practice, take a minute again just to feel the weight of your body on the floor. Connect with your breath again and sense and feel tension, any lingering tension that you might be holding in your body. Take a nice big inhalation and a nice big exhalation and see how the breath has changed throughout the practice today. And then begin to think about moving a little bit. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch your arms up over your head and point your toes and flex your feet. And bring your hands down with a great big sigh. Sorry, did I ask you to bring your hands up? I don't really think I did. Bring your hands up over your head. Point your toes and flex your feet. And now bring your hands down with a great big sigh. Let's do that again. Hands up, this time towards the ceiling. Point your toes, flex your feet. And again, bring your hands down with a great big sigh. Very slowly, if you want to, you can just end right there. Come up to sitting. Bring your hands to your heart. Just join me in a moment of silence, dropping your head to your heart, honoring the body, honoring the practice today. Bowing to the divine and to that perfect place, that perfect person that we are inside, loving and kind and compassionate. And as you let your hands come down to your lap, slowly opening your eyes. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. I will stop the recording. I will then unmute you all. Anybody has any questions, anybody wants to stay, don't worry if you just want to run upstairs and go right to bed. Since you're at home, that's one thing we always talk about in restorative, how we always have to drive home after, but you don't have to do that this time. So I'm gonna